Welcome everybody here to Kingston, Oklahoma, where we got some fast pitch softball lined up here for you as the Leopardettes travel down I-35 all the way down here to Kingston. And Jake Rutledge alongside Lee McGowan. And Lee, you want to talk about facilities real quick, man? This place is top notch.
It is very nice. We've been pretty lucky this year to see some really, really nice facilities, and this falls right in line with the rest of them that we've seen.
Yeah.
Grass is real short, moves fast, so you can expect the ball hits that grass, it's gonna move. So, girls go do their job today. It ought to be a fun day.
Yeah, you mentioned it there before we went on air, just how short that outfield is, and it's probably one of the shorter outfields that we've seen. I mean, it's
no doubt.
Which to me that tells me it's going to play fast, like you said. Ball's going to hit and it's going to take off. So hopefully the Leopardettes can keep everything in front of them if anything does get out there to the outfield. But depending on who we're throwing here tonight, that'll go a long ways. If Reese,
and you go back to the field at Comanche last week when we were playing at Comanche. Comanche's outfield was super tall.
Yep.
And so the girls knew that when that ball was going to hit, it wasn't going to skip like it's going to be on here. And you saw them out there before the game, kind of running a little bit and taking some running and hitting on it. So.
Well, yeah, looking forward to getting this one started. We just wanted to jump on real quick, talk about facilities down here. Should have a pretty good ball game here on tap coming up here in just a few minutes. So we'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air break, and we'll be right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back here, Kingston, Oklahoma, and we're just about set to get this one underway here. Leopardettes going up against the Kingston Lady Redskins. So Reese Flood, she'll lead things off here for the Leopardettes. In the circle for the Lady Redskins will be number 10, that is Sydney Navarrete.
Watching the girls in the dugout, they seem to all be in a good mood today, which in games past, it always goes. You can always tell an up and down game. Here we go.
Right.
So
Reese settles in. We're ready for the first pitch, Lee. Misses high and outside for ball one.
With Reese leading off, we've kind of, we started out the year with Chloe Bassard leading off. Chloe started struggling a little bit and backed herself down.
Move the count 2-0, misses outside.
Which is a great senior leadership move, saying, hey, I'm not getting them cutting the mustard. Let's slide down a little bit. And Reese has filled that spot and done a great job since doing it.
That pitch is fouled high and out of play on top of the Lady Redskins dugout. Move the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the first here, nobody out.
Just like any other game, Tandra's talked about this. I've talked about this a lot. Seeing a lot of pitches, the more pitches we see at bat, the better it seems like we do. When we go up there and start taking hacks right off the bat, it just doesn't work very well.
Yeah, you said it. You see more pitches. You force that pitcher to stand there a little bit longer and have to do her thing, and she eventually has to throw you her pitch. Your pitch. So that pitch bounces in there to her. That'll move the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Let's see if she has the green light here.
I would think she would. I mean, he does a good job about letting them swing away if it's there.
Hard hit ball into the gap. That'll get down. So a leadoff single there by Reese Flood. And you said it. She's actually going to go to 2, Lee.
Nice job. But Reese just heads up. They take the time getting the ball in. Reese is really, really fast. Yep. And she'll take that extra base if you're going to give it to her.
Center fielder, she bobbled it just enough. And as you said, with Reese having the wheels that she does, that's adequate time for her to get another bag out of that. So a leadoff double for Reese Flood to start things off here for the Leopardettes.
This girl's got some when she was warming up, the pitcher, she throws a drop ball, a rise ball.
Mm-hmm.
She moves it in and out pretty well, and she hits, 56, 57 miles an hour. So we're doing a good job of staying on.
Lily Dotson settles in here for the Leopardettes. First pitch to her, called strike 1. Again, if you're just jumping on here, still top half of the first inning, nobody out, no score. Reese Flood with a leadoff double to get us started here. Dotson settles back in. The pitch. Going to go off the hands there of Dotson for a foul ball. So Lily in an 0-2 hole here.
Looked like it went off the knob of her as she went to swing. It came off the knob.
Went to check her swing. And actually made a little bit of contact. So foul ball there.
Now she's going to, now she's in the hole. Now she's got to battle up right here.
Yep. It's a pitch. Well outside and away. Or high, excuse me. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Lily. Dotson settles back in. Pitch on the way. Misses outside for ball 2.
Nice off-speed pitch there. Hit about 47 miles an hour to the outside that way. Again, just trying to get Lily chase.
Mm-hmm. Now, nothing wrong with that. As we said, she started in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, she's still in a pitcher's count right here. So Lily's still got to be serious.
A little blooper over the second baseman. That'll get down, and that's going to score Flood all the way from second. So just like that, Leopardettes strike first. 1-0 here in the top half of the first. Good piece of hitting there by Lily.
Absolutely. Just good job being patient. We see that first pitch. A lot of girls don't swing at it. Lily's notorious for taking that very first pitch strike. But then she digs herself a hole. She did that at Comanche, and every time she went 0-2, she made them pay because she'd let it rip. So, it's just, again, seeing more pitches.
So that'll bring up Kaylin Taylor. First pitch to her, called strike, clips that outside corner. Kaylin, she swings a big bat.
That she does. And from this point forward down the lineup, from Lily on down till you get to that number 8, 9 hole, there's a lot of power there.
Second pitch on the way, misses just inside. Move the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still nobody out here, top half of the first. Leopardettes strike first, lead 1-0. Taylor settles back in. Pitch on the way. Fouled straight back at us here. Move the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dotson still resides over at first. Nobody out here. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled away down the left field line.
Off-speed pitch right there. Just got her out. Got her out over the top. She sits back and waits on that. I mean, it's sitting over on top of the houses out in the left
I
field.
was going to say that thing could still be in the air.
Kaylin, you know, she struggled there. She come back from a back injury and has really fought hard to get back to where she was this time last year. And the girl is swinging the bat about as well as she's swung it in a while. So, and just like that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Just let it travel a little bit more.
So a long foul ball there. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still nobody out here. Top half of the first inning. Leopardettes on top, 1-0.
Almost expect to see an off-speed pitch outside right here.
Goes right down Broadway. Misses just low.
Just low.
Move the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Catcher set up to the outside, but I think the pitcher missed the spot. That'll make you pay. You miss it too much, a good hitter will make you pay for that.
No doubt. Here comes a 2-2. Swung on.
That's going
to get down. Good piece of hitting there. Dotson will advance over to third. Yeah, Coach Edwards is going to hold her there. Nice piece of hitting there by Kaylin Taylor.
Again, just patience, getting them deep into the count.
Yeah. That'll bring up number 7, this McLean Stinnett, with runners at second and third here for the Leopardettes.
You know, when we played Comanche last week, you know, McLean had a couple of really hard hits, but they were just up underneath her, you know, and so she's due, you know, she's been
first pitch clips the outside corner for strike 1.
She's been fighting off injuries with her, injury with her knees, her shoulder's been bothering her.
Yep.
You know, so if we ever get her healthy.
High fly ball. Shortstop should settle under. Does just that. Well, that'll be the first out of the inning.
Now batting number
Runner still hanging out at second and third. We'll bring up number 19. This is Jaden Webb.
Again, Jaden had a couple of big hits in Comanche's game where, I mean, she actually drove the ball and she's hitting the ball very well. As a team, we're doing a good job of seeing the ball about as well as we have in the last couple of years.
Yeah. First pitch to Webb, fouled straight back at us. Oh, and 1 to count to Webb.
I don't know if you saw a while ago when the pitcher got after the foul ball that went out of play, they threw the ball to the pitcher and it was a brand new ball. She threw it on the dirt and started rubbing it in the dirt just to get it roughed up a little bit.
Yep.
And they don't like those new slick balls that way.
Again, fouled right back at us. 0-2 the count. I was kind of leery about that, Lee, when we first got here and started setting up this net right here in front of us. It's got a lot of play.
It's got a lot of play in it.
Again, fouled right back at us.
And I don't know, people can't see it at home, but there's actually somebody's cell phone sitting right there. And that ball came back and hit between the camera and the cell phone.
Yep.
Do you notice the amount of cracks in that cell phone?
That may be the phone that they use on purpose. I'm trying to keep that net somewhat tight right here to keep it off of us.
So here comes the 0-2 to Webb. Misses in the dirt.
That's a good job of Jaden just being patient right there and communicating to her teammate, hey, she caught the ball.
Yeah.
And again, you're not going to see anything right now that Jaden's going to set up to hit. Everything's going to be either high and away, low and away. It looks like they're going to try to jam her inside right here.
Umpire calls timeout there.
That's a no pitch. Should ball 1 or get 2 balls.
Yeah. So they're going to move the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, what people don't understand, she started her motion and then stopped. Once they start, they got to roll. And by calling that an illegal pitch, that automatically becomes a ball.
Hard hit ball down the third baseline. Good job there by the first baseman to pull that one in, but the throw over to first was high, so Webb will advance safely over to first.
That's a great job of Jaden not giving up you know, and Lily took that stutter step and just got that girl at third to look just a little bit.
Yep.
Took her eyes off of it and allowed her to get Jaden on over there.
Well, and the third baseman, she didn't do anything wrong there. She did a good job digging that one out of the dirt there.
Fantastic.
But you got to check your runner in that situation where if Lily's coming down the third baseline,
Right,
she's going to make that throw down to home plate.
And if she takes a half a step up, she makes that catch before it ever hits the ball.
That's a good point.
And it could be a whole different ball game right there. We could go from 1 out to 2 outs, just like that. Or be out of the inning with 3 outs because we already have the 1 out.
So Coach Miller, he's going to want to talk about it here momentarily. We got KK Bearden running out on the field without her crutches.
And her mom sitting up in the stands just shaking her head like, what in the world is she doing? For those that don't know, KK, for what some people don't understand is KK hurt her knee playing basketball at the Ada camp. Girl rode into her. They knew it was injured. We didn't know how much.
Right.
They went and got it looked at. She had a torn ACL, so they elected to completely fix it.
First pitch to Broussard, called strike 1.
That's the bad news. The good news is they got it fixed quick enough that she should be able to be back in basketball by November, December, about that December break,
right,
and have time to get back in game shape.
Second pitch to Broussard there, misses just outside for a ball. So 1-1 the count to Chloe. Bases are juiced here. Big opportunity here for the senior. And back to KK real quick there, Lee. That's one of them deals. I spoke with her down at Davis before that game. Swung on and missed there. I got to talk to her a little bit before the game, and she mentioned, and we had her on air. I can't remember, one of the Lindsay games. She came on with us after the ball game and just got to visit with her a little bit, and she said she's going to try to play slow pitch come springtime. So we'll have an opportunity to see the young lady out on the softball field again this year.
Yeah. Well, no, and it really stinks for a senior because everything culminates to your senior year. Nobody wants to miss anything in their senior year, but she did it early enough that she can get back. I mean, I know she wanted to play fast pitch season, but
for sure,
it doesn't work out that way.
So Broussard goes down on strikes. I'm going to bring up number 5. This is Maddie McGowan. Big opportunity still here. Just 2 outs away in the first. Base is still loaded. Leopardettes on top 1-0. Pitch clips the outside corner, called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Maddie. Gowan settles back in. Pitch on the way. Swung on. High fly ball out towards shallow left center. Center fielder able to pull that one in. Leopardettes do, however, get 1 across. They lead after the top half of the first, 1-0. We'll take a Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Welcome back to Kingston, Oklahoma. Getting ready to start the bottom half of the first inning. Leopardettes threatened there. Could have got more in that top half of the first. So did only get 1 run across. But you'll take it. Could have been a bigger inning, but you'll take the 1-0 lead. You got Reese Flood in the circle here for the Leopardettes. So
what do we send? 7 batters to the – so we'll be turning over our lineup going into the second inning.
Yep.
That's kind of a good goal to have, is to be able to turn that – if you can turn your lineup over every inning, you're doing something right. And it puts you in a good position right here.
So first up here for the Lady Redskins will be number 4, Lainey French. As I mentioned, Reese Flood will be in the circle here tonight to start things off for the Leopardettes. Behind the plate, McLean Stinnett. Third is Lily Dotson. Shortstop, Kaylin Taylor. Second is Jaden Webb. First is Maddie McGowan, and that one gets away from Reese there and actually gets the leadoff batter in the shoulder.
No. Reese throws the ball extremely hard.
Mhm.
But with that hard comes sometimes it leaves her hand in a weird direction and it gets away from her. Nothing wrong with that. She'll make up for it later down the road. That I can assure you.
Second pitch misses high, so that will advance French over to second. Also left field, we got Brecken Klein. Center is Chloe Broussard, and right field is Hallie Harris. So 2 pitches away here in the bottom half of the first, and French is hanging out over at second. Flood settles back in, pitch on the way. Fouls that bunt back off in front of us here.
You know, I'd mentioned earlier that looked like we were a little light in the dugout.
Mhm.
And after you see the starting 9 on the field and you look in the dugout, there's only 2 girls sitting there.
Right.
So we are definitely a little light. I don't know what that reasoning is. I don't know if there's something going on that we don't know about.
You mentioned it early, and you mentioned maybe something going on with cheerleading or something like that. Again, fouls that bunt back out of play.
Well, I don't think it's cheer because we got a couple of girls that actually cheer that are here. So,
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
but nonetheless, you know, I hate seeing our dugout a little light that way
Right.
because if, you know, we're an injury away and something happens and we may need that. Nice. Right there you go.
Come back after you hit the first batter and strike out the second batter. So Quapaw goes down looking. That'll bring up the 3-hole hitter. This is Kaylin Daughtry.
I will say this, so far this umpire has been very, very consistent.
Mhm.
He's called it inside, outside, same spot. He's given the same strike zone. So as a pitcher, you love that
Mhm.
because you know where you know where you need to go.
Pitch called strike there. Gets away from Stinnett momentarily. That'll advance French over to third.
I don't think McLean's feeling too well. I don't think. I mean, you can just tell by the way she's moving. She's hurting.
Yeah, she was standing right here in front of us talking just before we went live, and you could tell she's not quite 100%.
No, but her at 90% still better than a lot of kids at 100. So,
Yep.
because she won't quit, and you know you got to love a kid that's got a heart like that. That no matter what, they're going to give you everything they got.
Little blooper over to Taylor at short. She's able to get the runner at first, but the runner from third does advance to score. So the Redskins have come back to tie this one up at 1 apiece here.
So the hit runner comes back to bite you. But seeing they're not hitting her hard.
No. That'll bring up 4-hole hitter. This is number 23. That is Brooklyn Mandriguez. Mandriguez will settle in. No runners. Soft little liner down the first base line to McGowan. Jaden Webb does a good job covering the bag there for Maddie. And just like that, 3 outs here. But Kingston able to claw back into it, tie this thing up.
Just like what we talked about, vice versa.
Mhm.
They're swinging a lot on the first pitch.
Yeah.
Getting out in front, and that allows us to get up.
You bet. So we'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. We'll get ready to start the top half of the second. After these messages, you're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, everybody, here Kingston, Oklahoma, getting ready to start the top half of the second inning. Lady Redskins able to get 1 run across, as Lee mentioned there, the hit batter to lead things off. Comes back to haunt the Leopardettes there somewhat. So we'll start this top half of the second, as I mentioned, knotted up at 1 apiece here, and that'll bring up number 2. This is Brecken Klein to lead things off here.
This will be the 8, 9, and 1 is what's coming up. So we're going to turn our lineup over like what we talked about. That's what you like to see.
Yeah.
Brecken has been seeing the ball pretty well. She's been putting the bat on the ball, very capable of getting it into the outfield and hitting the ball very hard. So,
yeah, I'd like to see her get it started off right here. That pitch misses high and outside for ball 1.
Of all the batters that we've seen so far, there's only been one batter where the first pitch was a strike, and that was on Louie.
That pitch there, good for strike 1. 1-1 to count. Up next to be Hallie Harris. Little blooper just out of play. So I'll move it 1 ball, 2 strikes to Klein. Klein settles back in. The pitch. Fouled straight back over us and out of play.
Great job by Brecken recognizing that's going to be right there on that line, battling up and just getting the bat on it and hopefully putting it out of play. You know, Brecken's one of 2 freshmen that we have. When you look at what we have playing this year, we have 1 senior on the field and the rest is underclassmen. So we're really young when you look at it in terms of.
Little slow roller off the end of the bat there. Easy play by the first baseman. 1 out away here in the top half of the second.
When you start 1 senior, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 2 freshmen, you know, that means you're not going to drop off a whole lot next year.
No.
You know, we lose none of our pitching going into next season. Plus, we gain more pitching in the younger Dotson daughter. So,
So that'll bring up number 13, 9-hole hitter. This is Hallie Harris. One of 2 lefties in this lineup here this evening.
And Hallie's so stinking quick. She gets the bat on the ball. They better be on top of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's already going to be there before they ever have a chance to throw the ball.
So 1 ball, 1 strike to Harris. 1 out away here in the top half of the second inning. All knotted up at 1 apiece. Missed just outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Harris.
You know, and she does a great job with slapping. A lot of times, if he'll just have her square around and bunt, she actually bunts better than she does slapping, and she's gotten so good at that over the last couple of seasons. And that was just about as perfect as you could get right there.
Slaps that one down the third baseline. Drifts just foul and out of play.
I mean, we're talking mere inches.
Yeah, no doubt. So that'll move the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harris. 1 out away here. Top of the second. Harris settles back in. Navarrete with the pitch. Called strike 3. So Harris goes down on strikeout for the second out.
The pitcher, Reese Flood.
That'll bring up leadoff hitter number 6, Reese Flood. Let's see if she can duplicate what she did in the top half of the first.
I don't see any adjustments being made at this point. Now you really start seeing teams start making judgments. All right, well, this batter did this, but this
high fly ball out of play.
This coach hasn't got a shift on or anything. He's got them playing straight up, which what I mean by that is you got center fielder straight behind second, left fielders behind the short, right fielders right behind second base. They're not shifting anyway.
Big cut there. Swung on and missed. So quickly Flood in an 0-2 hole with 2 outs away in the second. Still a 1-1 ball game. Navarrete with the 0-2. Swung on, high fly ball, shallow second base. Second baseman pulls that one down. So nothing doing there in the top half of the second for the Leopardettes. We're still knotted up at 1 apiece. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and many diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Welcome back, Kingston, Oklahoma. Getting ready to start the bottom half of the second inning here in a 1-1 ball game.
You know, we were talking about in the first inning how we saw a lot of pitches. What we just seen 1, 2, 3 batters. We saw a total of 9 pitches.
Yeah.
Over 3 batters.
Yep.
We can't as a team, we can't do that.
Yeah. You gotta extend your ABs.
We gotta quit swinging at stuff that's out of the zone in the other box. I know this umpire's is keeping them honest, but you still got to be smart.
Yeah. So that'll bring up for the Redskins 5-hole hitter number 5. This is Jada Foster.
Yeah, here we are in the second inning where they're just now bringing up their 5-hole hitter, which shows you that we're, minus the 1 hit batter in the first inning, we've done really well.
Yep. First pitch there from Flood misses just inside. Cold ball. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. Misses high. 2-0 the count. The 2-0. Bold strike there.
I think he had the take on until she throws a strike. So now you see the coach down there on third base telling there, let's go.
Yep.
So
here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed.
just a nice pitch on the outside edge for Reese out and away from the.
Yeah.
Reese is having to buckle in a little bit. She went down, 2-0. Fighting back right here. She's doing a great job making it back, evening the account back up and getting it back in her favor.
See if you can get her to chase something, maybe.
Throw it.
Called strike 3. Karen's off the glove of Stinnett.
Sorry about that. But it's like everybody's just standing there. Nobody's moving after you call strike 3, and they don't hear anybody else say it. So
Yeah. Sometimes the fan in you, it comes out. That happens.
it absolutely does.
So 1 out away here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Reese just recorded her second strikeout right there.
That'll bring up 6-hole hitter Sydney Navarrete. Little slow roller back to the pitcher, and she throws it in the dirt. And that'll advance Navarrete all the way over to second.
What should have been an easy routine out.
Yep.
We toss it in the dirt. Madison can't reach over to get that. That cost us last year from winning the district. And that very similar situation cost us from winning the district to being third in the district and having to go up towards Perry to play.
Having to travel, yeah.
Well, it's things like that we have to clean up.
So that'll put Navarrete over at second. That'll bring up number 14. This is AJ Stepp. Still a 1-1 ball game. Bottom half of the second inning here. The pitch swung on and missed.
Nice pitch.
Great pitch there from Flood.
Reese just coming right at her and saying, all right, come get it if you can.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. If you can catch up to it.
Of course, not everybody's seen her yet. So
true. Makes the count 1-1. That pitch is in the dirt. Good job there by Stinnett to dig that one out. That one, if that one gets behind Stinnett there, you got to almost guarantee Navarrete's going to be hanging out at third.
Absolutely.
So Stepp settles back in. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to her. 1 out away here in the bottom of the second. The pitch swung on and missed. Like to count 2-2.
Great job. Just bringing it up high again, making her chase it.
Yep. The 2-2 misses just outside. Cold ball.
Yeah. Stennett had set up outside, and it was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be a little bit lower, but
Yeah.
I don't think they were expected to be high because she wasn't setting up high for a high pitch.
Payoff pitch, spooled back out of play. So Step will see at least one more. Here comes the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Ringer up, set her down.
Where now we should be out of the inning, that error.
Yep.
You know, but that's okay because now, now we're sitting in a whole lot better situation than what we were.
You bet. That'll bring up number 22. This is Tallulah Lewis. Navarrete still hanging up out at second. The pitch. Flips that inside corner, called
Nice
strike
job.
one.
Nice job right there. Just throwing her pitch.
Yep.
Again, throwing it, saying, come get it if you can.
Swung on and missed for strike two. Yeah, and I was going to say, before Reese let that second pitch go there, that first one, comes inside and it's, it coming in at 50 mile an hour plus, as you said, almost 60 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Those are tough to get a bat around on.
Oh, absolutely. You better be on your game. You better have quick hands.
Quick
if
hands.
she's in on side of you.
That pitch spooled back out of play. Count will remain 0-2, 2 outs away here in the bottom half of the second. Lady Redskins do have Navarrete hanging out at second base still. The 0-2 from Flood. Right down
Nice
Broadway, ringer up, set her down. Strikeout number 5 of the evening, I believe. Three, I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
third.
2 off there. But we'll get ready to start the top half of the third inning. Still a 1-1 ball game. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, everybody, here. Getting ready to start top half of number 3. 1-1 ball game here. That'll bring up Lily Dotson here for the Leopardettes.
Again, we've gone through our lineup. Now we're still, unfortunately, we didn't go back through it on that second time. We went 3 up, 3 down. So this is a 2-hole hitter.
So Dotson will settle in. Navarrete from the circle. Pitch on the way. Misses just low. Called ball 1. So 1-0 the count here to Dotson. Settles back in. Pitch on the way. Misses well outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Navarrete with the 2-0. Again misses outside. 3-0 the count. Dotson doing a good job here, staying patient.
Yeah, Lily's, she is a patient hitter. You see her so bunt there. I mean,
in a a 3-0 pitch there. Nothing wrong with showing bunt there. And
No.
you see Lily kind of shake her head to that was okay. you got me there. So she'll settle back in well ahead in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch fouled straight back at us. So move it to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Dotson. Lily settles back in. The payoff pitch. Hard
Nice
hit ball right back up the middle there for a base hit. Lily Dotson.
Again, deep into the count.
Yep.
We had her at 3-1.
Now comes the plate.
See pitches. The more pitches we see, the better off we get.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Dotson. That'll bring up the dangerous number 20. This is Kaylin Taylor.
I'm calling this one, guys. This is it. It's going over.
It's got a chance.
First pitch
She's
right
got
down
that-
Broadway.
She's got that twinkle in her eyes, fella.
0-1
gonna
to
happen.
count to Taylor. Dotson hanging out over at first. 1-1 ball game here from Kingston. Taylor getting some last-minute instructions there from Coach Edwards down at third.
Okay.
Maverick settles back in. Pitch on the way. High fly ball out towards shallow center. Second baseman will settle under that one, though.
She just a little bit. She dipped on that backside, and that's when you got to spin the way this girl's spinning the ball. That's what that induces.
Yeah.
You've got to hit that ball. You got to cut it in half. You don't
Right.
cut it in half, it's going to pop up or it's going to drive into the ground.
Yep. So 1 out away here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Dotson still hanging out over at first. Brings up number 7, McLean Stinnett. She fouls that one back out of play over the top of us. 0-1 the count.
Again, McLean, she has a beautiful swing. Sometimes she beats herself up.
Mhm.
She's her own worst critic.
Yeah.
Most of these kids are that have played long enough. But, when she gets a hold of one.
Little off-speed pitch there. Clips the outside corner. 0-2 the count to McLean.
He's calling consistent, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't complain. I mean,
No.
he's calling it the same way every time. So
Yeah.
these girls got to realize you got to have to battle up to see it.
It's the pitch. Tried to get her to chase there. Not the case. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Still just 1 out here. Dotson still resides over at first.
We've been quiet since the first inning.
Fouled straight back over the top of us and out of play. One ball, 2 strikes the count. 1 out away here. Still a 1-1 ball game. So Stinnett will settle back in. Dotson still at first. Navarrete with the pitch. In the dirt.
Good job by McLean, just holding tight. She knows they're going to try to get her to chase something, and if it's there, give it a ride. If not, stay tight.
Little ball there. That'll move it 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stinnett settles back in. Navarrete with the pitch. Hard hit ball. That'll
Nice
get down
job
into the
hitting
gap.
right there.
Good piece of hitting there once again by McLean Stinnett.
Absolutely, just being patient.
Yep. Yeah, you've said it a half a dozen times already here in the early going, Lee. Just come up there, see plenty of pitches, work yourself into
Absolutely.
a good batter's count, and that's exactly what Stinnett did there. She falls behind, however, 0-2 pretty quick, able to dig back into it.
Knowing that they were going to get her to try to chase something,
Yeah.
and being patient,
Mhm.
not trying to over swing the bat, just
Yeah.
let them come back to you.
Didn't press, just went up there, put bat on ball. That brings up Jaden Webb.
Ooh.
Pitch clips the inside corner, called strike. Dotson at second, Stinnett at first.
It's weird the way the ball spins, the way some of these right-handers, when the ball spins, if they're a spin pitcher, the ball tails
blooper.
into.
That is going to get down in front of the left fielder. So that'll load the bases here for Chloe Broussard. And she was in this situation early on
Yes,
in this ball game.
the ball tails into a right-handed batter, and it's a natural curveball to a right-handed batter.
Right.
And that ball just screwed right into that on her, right into her hands.
So that'll bring up the senior, number 0. This is Chloe Broussard. Bases are juiced for her. Big opportunity. See if she can
just
make
needs to
up
be
from last
She just
time.
needs to be patient and hit the ball.
Yep. Stop pressing.
She puts a lot of pressure on herself.
Yeah.
Again, all these girls do, but you know, she wants to hit the ball, and
Oh, yeah.
and she just needs to get up there and relax.
Broussard settles back in, takes that pitch inside. So 2-0 the count to Broussard.
Yeah, she's way ahead in the count now that, you know, now she's got some breathing room right here.
The 2-0. Good pitch there. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Chloe. The 2-1. Fouled back off to the left and out of play.
You know, we need to get some runs across right here. We can't have 2 different innings where we have bases loaded and don't get anything in on it.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't need a hard hit. We just, I mean, they're playing deep.
Yeah.
I mean, straightaway center's not too deep, but you know, the right field and left field, all you got to do is get one up over the top of the infield, and we're going to score 1, possibly 2.
Yep.
McLean's pretty fast when she gets on her horse.
Yep.
So, you know, you have a chance, a good hard base hit into the gaps. It's going to score 2.
Mm-hmm. So that'll bring it to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Fouled straight back. Yeah, you don't want to be through 3 innings of softball and you've already left 6 runners stranded.
No,
That's
not
it's not a good look, not a good feeling. I'm sure Coach Edwards he'd tell you the same thing.
But I know just because of Madison, you know, I know that he's really been working on, you know, them swinging the bat in certain situations.
Right.
You know, we knew that this girl likes to throw outside a lot, so he had them setting up to hit that outside pitch.
Yeah.
You know, just from his own scouting and stuff. So, you know, as long as we do what he's getting them to do and working on, we'll be all right.
You ought to be successful, yeah. A payoff pitch down the left field line, drifts out of play. So Broussard doing a good job grinding here.
So we're on our 8th pitch.
Yep.
I mean, that's to a pitcher, that's a lot to a batter, because you're like, oh my God, she's still standing there. So
it creeps into your head too.
It sure does. You know, it becomes a psychological game.
The payoff pitch, that's going to miss low for ball 4, and that will
close.
walk Lily Dotson in. So the Leopardettes take a 2-1 lead here in the top half of the 3rd, and I'm with you there, Lee. I thought that one was fun. Let her bring up number 5, Maddie McGowan here. Bases loaded for her. Big opportunity, Lee.
Going into last week at Comanche at 1, I knew, though, she was leading the team in RBIs. She just needs to get up there and relax.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Madison's no different than any of these other girls. She presses sometimes harder than what she should.
Right.
And it doesn't help when you got a 6-foot frame. And you got a whole lot bigger target area there. So.
Oh, yeah.
That tends to throw the umps off a little bit sometimes.
Yes, it does.
So that first pitch there to McGowan was called strike. That one hit towards the gap over at short. Got an opportunity to turn 2. Not the case. As Chloe Broussard able to get on her horse and slide into second safely.
RBI single right there. Builder's choice. So
yeah.
But nonetheless, she gets the RBI. We go up, and now we're talking about we've got 2 runs in the inning, where before we were worried about not getting any.
Yeah.
So here, you know, this is what we need.
It's funny how quick it can flop.
Oh, in a minute.
We've got one of our more consistent batters up too.
Brecken has been very consistent, but you know, she's just got to keep this going. Luckily, she's in a no pressure situation.
Hits that one down the third baseline. They're going to get Webb at home for the second out. A good heads up play there by the third baseman to get that lead runner.
Oh, absolutely.
Keep a runner off the board. So that'll bring up Hallie Harris, a 9-hole hitter.
If it's me on this situation, I got 2 outs, I got bases loaded, I got the fastest kid on the field. I'm putting a bunt down third baseline, and I'm suicide squeezing Chloe home.
Yeah, make that third baseman
make them make a play.
Yep. First pitch there called strike.
I'm making them make a play right here. I'm going to bunt the ball. If nothing else, bunt it down the first baseline. But just get it to where it sets. And by that point, it'll be too late because Chloe's fast as well. So
Tried to slap that one down the third baseline there. Misses. So it'll bring it to an 0-2 count. Leopardettes on top, 3-1 now. 2 outs away here in the top half of the third. Harris settles back in.
Oh,
Nearly gets away from the catcher. Good
great
dig.
job by the catcher saving that, because if not, Chloe's setting it. She's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah,
You even
that's,
seen her. You seen her fall back hard because she was like, "Oh, I'm going. Oh no, I can't."
yeah, that's Mandriguez behind the dish here, able to dig that one out.
He's doing a good job back there.
So Harris settles back in. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. But Leopardettes able to get a 2 across there to make it a 3-1 ball game. Going to the bottom half of the third. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Still leaving bases loaded.
Welcome back, everybody, here. Kingston, Oklahoma, getting ready to start the bottom half of the third inning. Leopardettes able to get 2 runs across there in the top of the third. Now lead by a score of 3-1. And that'll bring up 9-hole hitter number 12. This is Jacqueline Merritt.
So we're in the bottom of the third, and they're just now getting their 9-hole hitter up. That's a good job pitching. Good job defensively.
Mhm.
If we can just, we're fixing to start going back through our lineup for the third time.
Yeah.
And they've not cleaned it once. So again, that's key for us.
Reese comes in a little high and inside there.
And hot.
Yeah, very hot.
And hot.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. So if you're going to crowd the plate, if you're going to crowd that line, you better get ready because it's coming.
So 2-0 the count here to Merritt. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed for strike 1.
Now, I will say this. When you get one high inside on you like that, it gives you some jitters
You bet.
because you know the next one's coming, and you're like, oh, crap, here we go.
Yeah. So here comes the 2-1. Misses high. Move the count, 3 balls, 1 strike.
I was clocking Reese earlier in the first inning. She's hitting 59, 60, 61. We're blessed that we've got
Pitch swung on and missed for strike 2.
We got Reese that can throw that. You got Madison that can throw that same speed. Jaden can throw that speed. Kaylin's getting back up to where she was at, able to throw that speed.
Mhm.
Kaylin's hitting 55, 56, 57, but they can drop off the bottom side.
And that pitch misses outside. So Flood walks the leadoff hitter here to start the bottom half of the third.
Laney French.
Which is kind of weird because sometimes I wonder why we don't throw more off speed sometimes after we throw heat, and then we don't throw an off speed.
Right. Well, finally, Lady Redskins back to the top of their lineup.
Her first at bat, she was hit. First pitch, got hit. And that was the one run that they got scored in that first inning.
This is Laney French. The pitch called strike 1.
He kind of got he's getting a little more unpredictable now.
Yeah.
He's calling some stuff that he hadn't called in the past.
Slow roller over to Dotson at third. She's able to hand that one,
Nah.
get it over to second there with Webb. Does, however, get the leadoff runner. A
Get
good
that lead
heads-up
runner.
play
That's
there.
right. That's a good job.
Now, and that was going to be tough to turn, and good play there by Webb not to force something,
No,
take a chance on, one hopping it or throwing it over McGowan's head there. You get that leadoff runner, get that first out of the inning, you're okay. That'll bring up two-hole hitter Olivia Qualpaw.
Now this was Reese's first strikeout of the day. This girl's over 1 on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Reese coming right back and challenging. I will say this for Reese: she's not scared to throw to anybody.
No,
and she dares you to come. She all right. We'll go 1-on-1 and we'll see who wins this match every time.
Pitch there was swung on and missed. So quickly flood ahead in the count here. 0-2, 1 out away here in the bottom of the third. Leopardettes lead 3-1. Here comes the 0-2. Fouled back off to the right side and out of play.
The one disadvantage that Reese has, she does throw with throwing the ball so hard.
Little blooper there, fouls back in front of us.
Is if a girl gets the bat on it, they don't even have to swing hard. But if they get a solid square up hit on it, there's a good chance that ball is going to go over. And we saw that against Comanche.
Mm-hmm.
The girl had I think it was a 3-1 count, and it was low and away, and the girl just reached out there and poked it and took it to right field and took it over.
That pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. That pitch called strike. Ring her up, set her down.
That gives her 6th strikeout of the day.
6 on the night. So that's the 2nd out of the inning. That was a big get right there, too, Lee.
It's a very big get right there because even the girl did one of those no-nos. Is when you get that called strike, you don't turn around and look at the umpire and say anything because you can guarantee he right there, he could have just said time and tossed her on out the road. You're not supposed to do that.
Right.
Especially with these new OSSAA ruling.
So that'll bring up Daughtry. First pitch to her called strike. French still hanging out over at first. 2 outs away here, bottom 3. Leopardettes lead 3-1. Pitch on the way. Fouled straight back at us. First strike, number 2.
Just like that. Got her down in the count 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
Reese has not thrown more than 3 or 4 pitches to very many of the batters.
Right.
They're either swinging on the first pitch, dinking it, but she's not going very deep in any count, which works well for her because I think she's at where are we at here? She's at 42 pitches.
So right there, we had a throwback down to first, Lee, and runner sees it. She takes off to second. McGowan comes up with the throw. She guns one over to second. Actually goes off the rear end there of French, caroms out into right center. Long story short, French all of a sudden hanging out at third now in scoring position.
Well, I promise you there's going to be a bruise on her butt because Madison let that one fly pretty hard. So,
yeah. It was moving. Little blooper over the head of Reese Flood, and that's going to get down.
That's second baseman's all day, but you can see Reese going back, and Reese is calling it. And so Jaden did the right thing and just stopping right there.
Yeah, you got to let up if you're being called off.
In all honesty, when Jaden said, I got it, Reese should have bailed off of that.
Right.
But, again, Reese is a gamer. He's going to go for the ball, and you can't fault that.
And that's a tough play, too. That was over her left shoulder, looking back towards the west sun there. That's a tough play to bring in. So that'll make it a 3-2 ball game here in the bottom half of the third inning. Top half of the fourth. This is Brooklyn Mandriguez, the catcher, up to bat with a runner at first. Little blooper right back over at Flood. That time she pulls it in for the third out of the inning. Leopardettes still lead by a score of 3-2. Kingston able to get just one across there. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
And we're back here, Kingston, Oklahoma. Getting ready to start top half of the fourth inning.
And
Reese
here we go.
Flood.
We're going to start off the top. This will be our third time through our lineup.
Yep.
The good things should really start popping off right here. So
yeah, you've been through the lineup plenty of times. You already know the pitches that are coming. You've seen her a handful of times.
everybody's seen her twice now. So
Or to be keyed in.
Which sometimes is dangerous if you got another pitcher, would be a great time to make that change, especially in a 3-2 ball game. Personally, I would make the change if I had the opportunity, but
We've got a update on our junior high softball. Leopardettes on top of Newcastle, thrashing them 6-0 going into the top of the third.
that junior high group is undefeated right now. Last I heard, anyway. They lost. Okay, they've lost the one game.
Just the one game to Marlowe. Little hard liner over.
They're not going to get her.
Going to be a tough play. Not in time as Flood able to use them wheels and beat it down the first baseline for a leadoff single.
That ball got so deep in the hole right there.
Yeah.
When I saw her finally picking it up and Reese sitting about halfway, I'm like, there's just no chance.
Yeah, and she was drifting away
Yes.
from where she had to, ultimately end up throwing it there at first. Good play out there by Short to get it fielded and make the throw over to first, but just too much speed there on the base pass there for the Leopardettes.
Going back to the junior high, Lainey Allison's coaching that group, and she's doing a phenomenal job.
Oh, yeah.
And, we've got some girls that are going to come up next year that are going to be able to play dividends. And there's
High fly ball out towards right center field. Right fielder able to settle under that one.
And the junior high girls record is 10-1. I believe they got beat by Marlowe. Marlowe got lucky.
Yeah.
We'll get them next time.
Yeah, that's one of them. It kind of snuck up there on the junior high team and able to knock them off there that evening down. I believe that was at Marlowe. So,
well, when you look at even the high school record, the varsity record,
little blooper that'll drift out of play down the right field line.
we're seeing the ball.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kaylin was on that one. She just got the under half of that. But when you look at the games that we've lost, I'm trying to remember what our record is right now. What are we going into today? 12-8 going into today. There's 4 or 5 of those ball games where there were one-run ball games against last year's state champions.
Yeah.
That we lost. 3 of those are last year's state champion teams, and we should have all 3 of them beat. So
Flood takes off down to second. She's going to be under the tag. I couldn't tell.
it was a hard angle for me to see.
I think she went around it, not so much under it. She just kind of went
Yeah,
around it.
And what the coach is grappling about right now, because the guy he was fixing to punch her out right there, and then he called her safe.
I think the way she was leaning there on her side got her, she didn't look out to me.
And I'll say this, though, in umpires, they don't like when if it's a legitimate questionable call,
Yeah.
okay. But to go out and kind of challenge the way he did something, that can come back and bite you, because that you'll see these guys again.
And that pitch gets behind the catcher, so Flood will advance over to third standing up. Just
No,
like that.
She didn't look out to me. I think she's just fine.
And you see the pitcher for Kingston. She's throwing her arm around a little bit like her shoulder's hurting.
Mhm.
I really hate seeing a pitcher at this part of the game where they start rolling that shoulder around or start like something's hurting. That's not ever a good sign.
Hard hit down the third baseline.
Again, Kaylin seeing the ball.
Yep.
If she gets that pitch and is patient enough and lets it travel just right, it's going to be going.
I've got to plug a business there in Ardmore. I know they're not one of our sponsors, but who cares? It's HTO. We actually stopped in there and got some tea. There's I think it was like $150 for two, but it was good. It's good.
Taylor pops that one up to the pitcher. It'll be the second out of the inning. Leopardettes still lead 3-2. Yeah, we walked into that HTO there in Ardmore, and I mean, just it's like a horseshoe in there of all these different, flavored teas and stuff you could get from, like strawberry to watermelon to whatever. A lot of variety, and it's pretty good stuff. So,
Well, then I know they have a couple in Oklahoma City. I hear them advertised all the time. I've never been into one. I see you both having one, but I don't know if they've got energy drinks in them or not, but I won't be having one. Otherwise, I won't go to sleep tonight.
Well, I'll tell you this: you talking about two old rednecks walking into a fancy tea deal like that? It about blew. We were like we were just froze. Like, what do we do here?
didn't know what to do with their hands.
I looked at Jake and I said, "What do I do with my hands, Jake?"
That one gets away from the catcher,
Reese,
and that'll score Reese from third.
and that'll put us up by 2, which is what you want to see at this point. Now McLean can relax.
But yeah, Leopardettes go up 4-2 here.
I looked at Jake and I said, "What do I do with my hands?" And he said, "I don't know. What do I do with mine?"
So Stennett settles back in. Hard hit ball just fouled on the third baseline.
A lot of people don't realize McLean wears 2 knee braces that stabilize that kneecap. Last year she dislocated her kneecap at Pauls Valley. They had the surgery, fixed it. Now the other knee's doing it. Now she's wearing a brace to help try to stabilize that kneecap. That's not it. Those are not very nice surgeries to have.
Third strike there, swung on and missed. But Leopardettes able to get one across, lead by a score of 4-2. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back here to Kingston, Oklahoma. Leopardettes able to take a 4-2 lead here, getting ready to start the bottom half of the fourth inning. Nothing too fancy out there, just the leadoff single there from Flood, and then she was able to safely steal second there. Wild pitch gets behind the catcher. She advances over to third, and then another wild pitch was actually what scored Reese there from third. So
yeah,
now all of a sudden it's
kind of makes up
4-2.
for that. Makes up for the one in the first inning. The second inning they had the one scored there.
Right.
Or the third inning, excuse me. Again, we talked about this earlier. We have to take care of the ball. We got to quit making silly errors.
Right.
And because that's what's cost us over to some of these teams.
Yeah.
That's what cost us against Washington. We were up 6-0 at one point against Washington and lost 8-6.
Yep.
To silly errors.
Little things, yeah.
Guys, I'm scanning through the list of viewers here, and it looks like the one and only Kenny Harris is watching us today.
Oh, Kenny
Harris.
actually got to see him. We got to speak with him a little bit last Friday night. He was down there at Gonzales before we did our pregame. So good to see old Ken Harris again. Hadn't seen him in forever.
I'm not quite sure what the umpire keeps motioning to the.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know why he's taking so much time there behind the dish.
Well, he's taking a lot of time. The girl at last second throws her hand up, but he doesn't have to give her time. Once she steps in the box and she drops that hand, now she's not dropping her hand. He needs to tell her to go. He's dictating the flow of the game, and that's not the way this is supposed to go.
So
They step in and that hand goes down. It's ball coming.
Yep.
Not sit there and hold him until he tells them to bring it. No, it doesn't work that way. You just need to get down and do your job.
Right.
See, right now he's holding her.
Swung on and missed for strike 2.
Nice
And
pitch.
and if you watch Reese too, I mean, she's working quick. She's back up, towing the rubber. She's ready to go.
Right.
And that ump is holding his hand there.
But with pitchers, it's a rhythm thing.
You bet.
Some like to go slow, some like to go fast. Reese is one of those. When she gets in a rhythm, she wants to go.
Yeah, and it seems like the quicker she goes, the more dangerous she becomes.
And I will say this: it's a good job of that batter. Seeing if she's seeing that, holding that hand up a little bit longer to try to take her out of that rhythm.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids are taught that in their tournament teams.
Swung on and missed. Bring her up, set her down.
Strikeout number 7 for the day.
7 strikeouts on the night. That'll bring up Neverett, the pitcher. 1 out away here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Yeah, I think we talked about that a couple, 2 or 3 games ago, where Reese likes to get in that groove and keep that same tempo and keep it moving.
Jaden has her own little rhythm. Madison has hers.
Yep.
Kayla, all these pitchers have their own rhythm.
That pitch misses just outside, called ball 1.
You know, I will say this about this place: of all the places that we've played at so far, this pitching mound has held up better than any of them in the past.
Swung on and missed.
Because Reese has a drag with her, and you can see the line. And then the other young lady from Kingston, when she pitches, they've got that drag, that back. They call it a backward S.
Mhm.
They're not digging in the ground right there.
No.
And I mean, they're skating across the top of it, which is, I mean, you can tell it's hard.
That pitch spooled out of play down the right field line. Yeah, usually by now, this deep in a ball game, you've got a rut out there.
You got a canyon.
Yeah.
Especially when my kid pitches, because she has a heavy foot, and like especially when she goes to decelerate something.
So 1 out away here in the bottom half of the 4th. Leopardettes lead 4-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And Neverett swung on and missed. Ring her up, set her down. Strikeout number 8.
Now ending number 14, the first baseman, AJ.
They're having a hard time seeing the ball. The girls are throwing the ball around. Kaylin can't see. She has no glasses to see. You know, Madison tossed it over there, but still, it's one of those deals where she can't see the ball.
Yeah, there at short she is. She's looking right back into that west sun. So pitch on the way. Slips the inside corner, called strike. This is the 7-hole hitter, number 14, AJ Stepp, up to bat for the Lady Redskins. Little blooper. Webb unable to pull that in.
Yeah.
But, I almost said unable to pull it in, but able to make a play over it first, but just a little bit low. McGowan didn't quite get that one dug out. So that'll be
It looked like she had her to me, guys.
be a
It was
I
close.
think Sky had a little bit better viewpoint than the ump did, and I'm pretty sure she had her out.
Yeah, it was really close. And that's okay. We'll get it right here.
We'll bring up number 8-hole hitter, number 22, Talua. Grounder over to third. Routine play there for Lily Dotson for the 3rd out of the inning. Leopardettes still lead 4-2. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. And we are back live here in Kingston, Oklahoma, getting ready to start top half of the 5th inning. Leopardettes on top by a score of 4-2. And up first here for the Leopardettes will be number 19. That's Jaden Webb to get things started here.
Yeah, no, Jaden's, we're down in that middle half. So it's setting up well going into the top side of this 5th inning.
And that pitch there clips the outside corner for strike one. That pitch there in the dirt, but swung on and missed.
Didn't you see her shake her head? She knows she's showing something she shouldn't have.
Yeah. Might have had her fooled there.
But an off-speed pitch and in the dirt, again, here we go. We're pressing. Now we're in a hole 0-2.
That pitch is in the dirt, called ball.
I will say this, though. I watched a softball game here. I don't know, it's been a couple years ago. One of the OU games. Jocelyn Allo takes one off the dirt, puts it over straight away center field. So,
Yeah.
I mean, now she was a freak, but.
Oh, yeah. Pitch there clips the inside corner for strike three. So Webb will go down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up number 0, the senior. This is Chloe Broussard. The pitch.
That same pitch that he rung her up on earlier, that high outside pitch.
Broussard settles back in, down in the count 0-1. 1 out away here in the top of the 5th. The pitch. Hard hit ball over towards third, and that gets by her, and that's going to be extra bases. No, check that. She's going to hold up there at first.
It looked like she was going there for a second, but did a great job. Ball down, low and away, takes it to the left side of the field.
First baseman number 5, Maddie McGill.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Chloe. And that'll bring up number 5, the first baseman. This is Maddie McGowan.
Again, just be patient. Madison's been awful anxious at the plate so far. If she'll just sit down and be patient right here, she'll make good things happen.
That pitch there misses inside. So ball 1 to McGowan. Broussard still hanging out over at first. 4-2 ball game. Leopardettes on top.
Let's see if he goes small ball right here.
Broussard takes off, swung on and missed. Throw nowhere near. Broussard's going to take off to third after the.
That's just a great job right there. We're sending her, bringing it, coming on to the third.
Yeah, good heads up play there by her and Coach Edwards as well. He's seen it as soon as it happened. Kind of caroms off the glove there into shallow right field.
Looked like he had hit and run on. Madison missed the hit part because it was low and away, and you see her because normally she wouldn't swing at something. I wouldn't think that low.
Yeah,
but
so reset here. That'll make it into a 1-1 count to McGowan. Hard hit ball.
That's going to stay fair. That's going to drop. It's in fair ball.
Just inside the foul line, and that'll score Broussard from third. Good piece of hitting there by Maddie McGowan. And Lee, that was 6 inches. It was close.
Called a fine line, baby, and we'll take it.
That's right. Absolutely.
Ball again. They had her pitching out low and away. Madison takes it and hits it that way. So that's a good job. Coach Edwards had worked with him. Madison had said and practiced the low and away pitches, and
Brecken Klein bloops that one up and falls just foul.
It's probably a good thing it didn't stay fair because Madison's still standing on first.
Right. Yeah.
Brecken was going to be safe at first, but now, mind you, the second baseman, everybody was kind of drifting this way. Now you're going to have to wait. Now it was going to be a foot race between the shortstop and Madison, and she was standing flat-footed on first.
So 1 strike here to Klein. 0-1 the count. Leopardettes on top, 5-2. Right down Broadway called strike 2.
Up 5-2 now, kind of giving ourselves a little more breathing room. I just hope that the girls don't come out that bottom half inning and relax too much. And it's a good job. It's going to go.
Blooper down the right field line, and that'll get down.
Madison will get it to second. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Because Madison, she started back toward first, and then she realized, oh, wait a minute.
That is going to get down. I need to get to second. So Klein able to get on there with the bloop single out towards shallow right.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. Brooklyn Brown's coming in to pinch hit for Hallie Harris right here, or DP flex.
Yeah,
is what that's called. She's flexing. So Brooklyn gets on base, then Hallie will come in and run for her.
Right.
Now Brooklyn has a big bat.
Yes.
So, she sees the right pitch. She's very capable, just like the rest of this team. Everybody on this team is pretty much capable of putting it out. if they got to get that right pitch and get their hands to the ball.
So Brown will settle in with runners at first and second. Fouled straight back towards us here, now to play. Again, Leopardettes on top here, 5-2.
I think it's pretty safe to say, unless it's a way past ball, we're not going to have a steal set on right here.
No. Right.
And I can say that and laugh about it because that is my kid. So, you know, but don't kid yourself. Madison, if she gets a good jump, she is fast.
Yeah.
But
well, she got a long stride.
Right.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
Like you said earlier, you know, a 6-foot frame on her, you know, about 4 strides and she's down at third already. So
absolutely. And I can assure you, she did not get that from my side of the family.
Again, a hard hit ball out towards right field. Brooklyn Brown going to advance the runners. And McGowan was she's about halfway down the third baseline. Definitely didn't want to get thrown out there at home.
Yeah, no, Coach Edwards was going to hold her right there.
Yeah.
It was just a good job. Great job of Brooklyn coming in and hitting, getting that again. They're pitching it to the outside, and our batter's taking it to where the ball is being thrown for them. So,
yep.
Now that'll bring up, again, now we're going through the 4th time of our lineup. Here comes Reese. Very capable right here.
Yeah, big opportunity here. Bases loaded.
You can see Kingston's making a switch in right field. There's been several hit, like real shallow to right, and he wants to make a switch right here.
Yeah, coming into the game is number 2, Maddie Willis for the Lady Redskins. In that situation right there, maybe put a little more speed out there in right field. You know, if there is another little blooper hit, maybe she could be, you know, get to it a little bit quicker, something like that. So still just a 5-2 ball game. Kingston's well in this one. Reese fouls that one back over the top of us and out of play.
You know, Reese is one of a few batters that she'll swing at that first pitch.
Yeah.
If it's there, she's swinging.
Right.
So.
Well, 0-1 the count to Flood. Leopardettes on top here. Top half of the 5th inning by a score of 5-2. Bases are juiced for the freshman. Hard hit ball out towards center field.
Madison
nearly overran it, but that is going to score McGowan from third. Klein able to get back before the tag there at second.
That's just a great job drawing that throw, making sure that they didn't bring the throw here.
Yeah.
Madison making sure she gets scored before they have a chance to get that.
Mm-hmm.
So now here we are. We're up 6-2. We've scored 2 runs now. The only inning that we haven't scored was in the 2nd inning.
Yeah.
So,
well, and 2, talk about the center fielder real quick. I thought she actually was going to overrun that one.
It looked that way.
But she was able to, you know, to adjust herself there and pull that one in for the second out. But like you said, it does score another run here. Second of the inning here. Leopardettes now lead 6-2.
And with Lily Dotson coming up, very dangerous at bat right here.
Bet.
See, everything's all on the outside so far. Everything's away.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, that's a good way to take power away from a team.
For sure.
Unless a team knows how to adjust. And Coach Edwards knew this coming in. And so I think he has really been working with these kids to get them, making sure, hey, she's going to give it to you here. Take it that way.
Yeah, you've seen it 3 straight times, 3 singles to the right side of the field. Hard
Yeah,
hit
that's
ball
a hard
out
hit.
center field. Is it going to go? Get out of here. Catch them all, young lady. A 3-run shot.
And I'm telling you, that's what happens. You miss your spot and goodbye.
Yep. Yeah, Lily able to just turn on that one and drive it. And I said a 3-run shot, Leo. It was actually a 2-run shot, but you'll take it.
No, that was a 3-run shot.
That was a 3-run shot. Okay.
First and second and her. So that's 3.
So just like that, the Leopardettes have opened this one up. Now lead big, 9-2.
Now, and I will say this: it could still be going right now because this next young lady is just as capable of putting one out there as what any of them are. So, and we're in danger of turning over our lineup right here in this inning.
Little blooper over towards second, but that'll be the 3rd out. But plenty of damage done there as the Leopardettes able to get 5 across there in the top half of the 5th. We'll take a quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Kingston, Oklahoma. So after a 5-run top half of the 5th inning for the Leopardettes, they now lead big by a score of 9-2.
Just a good job by all the girls coming up, the girls pitching outside. Everything's going to the right. They're taking it to the right. Girl misses big. She missed to pitch it. Lily Dotson made her pay the price. So
big time 3-run shot there by Lily Dotson to really open this thing up. Leopardettes on top big, 9-2 here.
You know, we were talking early on about the noise and stuff like that. I pulled it up and looked. The only one that can determine if it's too much noise is the man behind the dish. And he can actually tell them to stop if it interrupts or disrupts the game. It hasn't shown to disrupt the flow of the game, so he's just letting it go.
And honestly, it's probably not, not too noisy to the players or to the, the Leopardette fans here in attendance, but with these headsets, it is amplified and it's ringing in your heads. Because it forces us to speak a little bit louder into the mics, and you feel like we're almost yelling.
And I've even had to turn mine down just because of the way it reverberates through the headset.
Yep. So 1-1 to count here to the leadoff batter. Swung on and missed. And this is the right fielder that subbed in earlier, Maddie Willis. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Flood with the pitch.
Good pitch right there. Pitcher outside. See if you can get her to chase something. Still way ahead in the count. You still got some pitches to spare right here. Why not?
So 2-2 count. Nobody out here. Bottom of 5. The pitch, a little dribbler down the first baseline. Should be routine from McGowan. Able to pull that one in for the first out of the inning.
Good job. You saw Jaden floating over. If that ball would have took Madison any closer forward or more toward the pitcher, Jaden's going to be right there just like what we saw in the first inning. Jaden got there. It's a good job. They're communicating back and forth. It's just a good job. Them two have really developed a rapport where they know where each other is at and what they should be doing.
Well, and, talk about that real quick. In in league ball, a lot of those youngsters, little blooper down the first baseline, McGowan pulls that one in for the second out of the inning. But everybody out there has constantly got to be moving. And you see that at the high school level, where in league play with some of your younger players, they think, well, I'm in the outfield. If it's hitting the infield, what am I supposed to do? You got to be moving. Your right fielder needs to be backing up first. Your center needs to be backing up short. Everybody's got to be moving and on the same page. Liner over to Webb there at second, able to get it over to McGowan for a quick
5 pitches
there.
and out.
5-pitch inning there. Lady Redskins unable to get anything across. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
4-3. And welcome back to Kingston, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are squared off against Kingston here. Leopardettes on top, 9-2.
Yeah, sorry, Brooks. I was talking to a lady here behind us. She actually was quizzing us up where we were broadcasting to. So hopefully we can get her set up here shortly.
I think McLean, what we start? Yeah, we're turning the lineup over again.
Mm-hmm.
So just a good job of our girls coming out willing to swing the bat, buying into what Coach Edwards, and you can even see them. They're all in there a lot looser. Coach Edwards is even a little looser.
Yeah.
Walks by Madison. Madison slaps his hat bill down.
Having
It's
a little
good to
fun
see.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Everybody stays loose. You play loose, you play better. And the end result right now, you're on top big 9-2.
right. Even from last year to this year at this time, last year, there's a lot of tension and it's a lot looser. Even Coach Edwards is playing a lot looser. Nice
Liner
rip
right back
middle.
up the middle there. That's McLean Stinnett. She's going to
needed
get
that.
on with a leadoff single.
Absolutely.
And that you said it there, Lee. She needed that. She needed something, pick her up a little bit, get her momentum going.
Again, the ball was down and away a little bit. She put the meat of the bat on it and got it to make. I was surprised the pitcher didn't try to make a play on that. She just picked her foot up, but I mean, it was coming pretty good.
Well, that'll bring up number 19, the second baseman. This is Jaden Webb.
So we're going to have Jaden, Chloe, Maddie again, kind of where we started out.
High fly ball out towards
That's
shallow
your ball.
center, and that's going to get down. Going to have a play at second.
That's no fault of McLean's at all because, I mean, she had to respect
Yeah.
that because she had to be able to get back. And you can see Coach Edwards telling her, hey, there's no big deal.
Yeah, that's one of them deals. She was thinking what everybody in the stadium was thinking.
Right.
Thought somebody was going to pull that in, and it actually drops in between three of them
A
out
routine
there.
fly ball ended up paying off better for them because it was able to get that lead runner out that way still.
So that'll bring up the senior Chloe Broussard with Jaden Webb hanging out at first. Pitch misses inside for ball one.
Yeah.
So Broussard will settle back in. 1-0 the count to her, 1 out away here. The pitch. Spooled out of play down the left field line. And
Yeah,
Chloe, she was the one that she kind of got things started off there in the top half of that fifth.
We had Jaden get on a walk. Chloe comes in, and it just kind of kept on.
Yep. Right back over towards second.
No.
Puts
That's a
the
good job.
tag. Puts the tag on Webb, but unable to keep the ball in her glove. So Webb will be safe at second.
That's a great job by the coach
And Chloe Broussard.
or by Jaden going around.
Mhm.
And then the coach is going out arguing, hey, she ran out of the batter's box, technically, or the base
Baseline.
path. But on second, there's really not one because if you're going to turn that bag, you're going to step out that way anyway. So,
Yeah.
and she went from trying to make an interference. I mean, she stopped from being interfering in the play. So that was just a smart move by Jaden.
Yeah, you see the umpire there. He's kind of explaining himself to the coach, and coach, he's wanting an explanation. So nothing wrong with kind of quizzing him up. But
And it's not like she went to the grass.
Yes, yeah, she didn't.
I mean, she just kind of went around her, and the girl slapped the tag on her, but the ball came out of her glove. So
and he's still
he's still selling it, but
yeah.
I don't think it's going to change his mind any at all.
Mhm. So for the time being, Jaden Webb's going to be safe at second as the ball came out of the second baseman's glove. Chloe Broussard hangs out at first, and coach wants
Now
to
he's
talk
going to
about
call
it.
timeout.
We'll keep it here. Up next here for the Leopardettes is number 5. This is Maddie McGowan, the first baseman.
And we want to remind folks to tune in tomorrow night at 7:30. We normally do 8 o'clock show, but 7:30 we're going to have a special rundown with Rutledge. We're going to do the one chip. We're going to have couple of football boys, couple of softball girls, and we're going to do the one chip challenge. We already have at least one contestant that he decided he's not going to do just one chip. He's going to do 2 chips.
Yeah, hopefully we have some EMS and fire on tap tomorrow evening there from Gonzales. So McGowan will stride to the plate here. 1 out away. Leopardettes on top big 9-2. First pitch swung on and missed.
Big swing right there. She's feeling it. She knows she let one slide by her.
Runners at first and second for the Leopardettes. The pitch. right back up the middle there. And that's going to, oh, nice play there by the second baseman. Wow. Absolute gem of a play right there.
Absolutely.
Stabs that with the backhand and able to touch the bag all in one motion, really, Lee, to get the second out of the inning. I thought that was going to get through into center field, but
No, it looked like it was going through.
yeah, nice play there by that second baseman.
But just a great job right there.
Yeah.
You know, we saw something very similar to that when we were in the Murray County shootout. The second baseman from Sulphur, her name is Paige. I know the girl really well. I mean, she went sliding across their backhands and stole one from some people too. So, you know, we've been very blessed to see a lot of good softball this year, and the girls are responding. So,
yeah, nice play there by that young lady. It does advance Jaden Webb over to third. McGowan able to get to first safely. That ball in the dirt gets away from the catcher momentarily. That'll advance McGowan over to second.
that's the only way she's going to get a stolen base.
Looks like the Leopardettes junior high team just won 6-0 against Newcastle, so that's going to move their record to 11-1.
Good win there. Brecken chases that one. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Klein. 2 outs away here in the top half of the 6th inning. Klein settles back in, pitch on the way. Misses outside and in the dirt for ball 3. So Klein's way ahead here. Leopardettes threatening once again. As Lee mentioned earlier, the only inning the Leopardettes have not scored was the second. See if they can get something across here. The pitch. High fly ball out towards right field. Is that going to get down? Just out of play. And that was a long run there for Willis there in right field. Fortunate for her, it does drift just foul.
Well, you know, you can hear the hometown crowd getting on their girls a little bit, but it's funny how many. That's not as easy of a play as what it sounds.
Yeah, and that's one too. Or if she does lay out for that or something and is unable to pull that one in, Lee.
Yeah,
McGowan's maybe scoring there from second. Yeah, so
yeah. I mean, so that's
to the play.
She had to pick. You know, she had to make a decision on the fly. She decides to stay on her feet, stay upright.
Yes, and leave it, not touch it with her in play, because if she stays in the in play zone and goes foul,
right,
drops it, like you said, Jaden scores, Maddie scores.
And you got to run her at first.
And you got to run her at first, maybe even second if they're trying to make the play at home.
Yeah,
so.
especially with Klein's speed on the bags. So that'll bring up Hallie Harris.
Oh, beautiful. One. Absolutely beautiful. That's going to get her there. What did we just talk about a little bit ago?
That's what I was fixing to say. We mentioned it earlier. Hallie just puts the bat on ball, a little slow roller towards third. Third's got to come up and make a decision. Do I try to get Webb here at home, or do I try to get the Speedster over at first? She was unable to do either.
But time she made that decision,
too late.
Hallie was already there.
Yeah.
You had no chance.
Yeah, she had already crossed the base and was turning.
Jaden was rolling. Yep. So that's just a good job.
A good piece of hitting there by Hallie Harris.
So we'll start our 6th time now through our lineup.
And that'll load the bases once again for Reese Flood.
You know,
just McGowan at third, Klein at second, Harris at first.
Don't need heroics here. We just need runs. And
hard hit ball right back up the gap. And that'll score McGowan from third, and Klein is going to hold.
What a great throw from center field.
Throw.
That was on the money.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice toss there.
Even if Brecken's on a dead sprint, she gets her at home right there. Yeah. Good job of holding up. Bases loaded.
So there for just a minute, looked like the Leopardettes weren't going to get anything across in the top half of the 6th. They've got 2. They now lead 11-2.
So what's this, the 3rd or 4th time that we've had bases loaded going into an inning?
Yep.
Last time Lily was at bat, we had 2 runners on with 2 outs, and she hit 3-run shot right there. I'm sure the pitcher remembers that. I know the coach remembers it because he's recording pitches and hits over here. So I don't suspect they're going to give her too much to throw at, swing at.
Drifts just out of play over the top of us.
And they're going to jam her in. Now, if Lily will set back a little bit, kind of scoot back just a smidge, and if they're not paying attention, she can scoot back on that. Now, they're pitching it. We're in her sweet spot, and she makes them pay again. So
Lily in an 0-2 hole here. 2 outs away. Leopardettes on top, 11-2.
And a happy belated birthday to Lily. She had her birthday, I believe, over the weekend. I know Madison went over to her house, and they had a birthday party for her. So
catcher sets up way outside there. Tried to get Lily to chase on that 3rd strike, but Lily, she's smarter than that.
She's a whole lot smarter, and she's a whole lot better hitter than that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, she's going to make that pitcher work, make her throw her pitch.
absolutely.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh,
Hard hit
that's
ball
gonna
out
drop.
towards center. That'll get down.
And that's
That'll
going to score Allie, too.
2 runs. And the Leopardettes have opened this one up big. Now lead 13-2.
You know, we were talking earlier about Little League and things that they learn and stuff like that. When you look at our starting 9, 7 of those starting 9 girls play tournament ball.
Yeah.
So
Tons of experience out there.
there's tons. So, coach doesn't have to work hard here.
Right.
He kind of just has to hold the tail and point.
Yep.
And say, do your job.
Yeah. Makes his job a lot easier. And that's what we talked about. We had Coach Edwards on last Wednesday night on the rundown, and he said, my job is at times difficult. He said, but with this group of girls that I have, it also makes his job easy on the same hand. He, like
Absolutely.
you said, he doesn't have to do a whole ton of coaching, in certain situations, because these girls, as you mentioned, 7 of the starting 9 play travel ball and have played since they were itty bitty. So
And the other 2 have played since they're little bitty. So
just not playing travel.
just don't play travel.
So Taylor strides to the plate, fouls the first one off.
You see the catcher setting up far outside.
Mhm.
I think if she would wait a little bit longer to set up outside, it would help fool the batters a little bit more. But you can see now like that, she's a little more subtle about it.
Taylor goes down on strikes there. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning. But once again, Leopardettes able to do some more damage. Now lead big 13-2. Getting ready to start the bottom of the 6th. We'll take a Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Caitlin Doherty.
Welcome back to Kingston, Oklahoma here. Getting ready to start the bottom half of the 6th inning. And as Daughtry will come to bat here for the Lady Redskins. And Kingston needs to get something going here, Lee. They're down in a big hole right now, 13-2.
Down 13-2. I think if we hold them right here, I believe it's a run rule. I know the district games are they do things a little differently with this.
Well, first pitch from Flood there misses inside, called ball 1.
Now here comes the noise again. But I hate to tell them, but I don't think that's working too well.
Pitch misses outside. So 2-0 the count to Daughtry. Good pitch there for strike 1.
And you see the batter kind of turn around and look, and he did take a little bit of time to call that strike.
Yeah.
I really don't like it when umpires do that because it kind of confuses your batter a little bit because they think, all right, here I am at 3-0, and then all of a sudden you got a strike.
That one's spooled off to the right side and out of play.
And that'll be even us back up. Now we're back into Reese's zone where she has, a free pitch right here. Try to get her to taste something.
The 2-2. And she goes. Bring her up, set her down. Strikeout number 9.
Now batting number 23, the pitcher, Brooklyn Rodriguez.
Yeah, kind of had to think about that one for a second.
Yeah. Just a great job so far today. You know, the girls that have hit the ball, they've hit them, you know, minus the hit pit and the hit batter and then the error. But other than that, yeah, we've handled the ball really well.
Yeah.
Not allowed any base running very per se other than the 2 runs, but the 2 give me's, I'll call them that because that's exactly what it was.
High fly ball out towards Hallie Harris over and right, nearly pulls it in, but that's a foul ball.
And that's probably the hardest hit ball we've seen. Well, I know it is the hardest hit ball that we've seen today, and it was a lot like the one that came off the bat of the girl from Comanche last week. Very similar situation, low and away, and the girl just put a bat on it, and that's what I'm talking about. You don't have to hit the ball. Swing hard.
Yeah.
Because she's doing all the work for you.
Yeah. So the 0-2, little blooper over towards the pitcher. Reese Flood able to pull that one in for the second out of the inning.
That's just a good job of Reese going to making a play. Lily was right there, was going to make the play, but still yet, I mean, the momentum carried her forward, carried her over and let her go do it. Now we got 2 outs, potentially down to the last out. You know, you take away those 2 gimme runs, and we're already out of this game.
That's a good point. So 2 outs away here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Leopardettes lead big 13-2. First pitch called strike.
If my memory serves me right, it's 8 runs at any time past the 4th inning, 5th inning.
Okay.
So we're up by more than 8. So this should be their last out.
Hard hit ball over to second. That's Webb. Had to bobble it there momentarily, but able to get it over to McGowan there at first for the 3rd out. And I'm with you. I think that is going to be the ball game.
Yeah, umpire looks to be walking off.
Yep. So Leopardettes able to take the first one big. They win this one by a score of 13-2. There'll be a short little intermission, and we'll turn right back around and we'll play another one here in probably 20 minutes or so.
15 to 20 minutes, give him a chance, get his drink.
Yep.
Maybe a candy bar on board and let him roll.
Yeah, and everything right there, you know, looked good. You have the 1-1, you know, the 1 run apiece there in the first inning. Other than that, you know, it was all Leopardettes. They went on to.
And it really wasn't even that close in the first inning because we left runners on big, you know, second inning there. You know, how many times did we, 3 different times where after the 3rd out, we had bases loaded still.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we just got to quit doing that. We just got to make sure we're producing our runs, getting that rhythm and keep rolling.
Yeah. Well, again, final here in the first one of this doubleheader. Leopardettes win big 13-2. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air break. We'll be back after these messages to get another ball game underway. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Kingston, Oklahoma. We're getting ready to kick off this second game of the doubleheader here tonight. Leopardettes win that first one big by a score of 13-2. Really blew it wide open there in the top half of the fifth, I believe it was there, Lee. And once that fifth inning rolled around, and that was about the third time through the lineup for the Leopardettes.
Yeah.
They, like you said it, you hit the nail on the head, man. They really started seeing the ball, and that was kind of the whole turning point there in that ball game.
Yeah. But if you'll notice on this game, we're going to be the home team.
Right.
They decided to do it this way to kind of get some games made up here. In between games, the Kingston coach wasn't very happy with their hitting. He made all the girls go up to their hitting and swing the bat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, every one of them went up and were swinging. So
right. Well, that first pitch there from Flood misses just inside. It's ball one. Second pitch will miss high for ball two.
Kind of characteristics of what we saw with Reese earlier today. You know, started out 2-0 and then comes back firing. So, like I said, you know, she hasn't dropped off much as far as her velocity. At least it hasn't appeared. I haven't put anything on her yet just to see where she's at. But just from visual, it doesn't look like anything's dropped off.
Right. So third pitch called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count, and that one fouled back out of play.
Yeah, I mean, she's hitting 59 right there. Again, one of those deals, here it comes, come get it type deal. So,
yeah, if you can catch it. So 2-2 the count. The pitch, again, fouled back over the top of us and out of play.
you know, to say that I'm kind of surprised a little bit that we're coming back with Reese on the second game that way.
That pitch misses just high, so move it to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch.
You know, first batter a while ago in the first game, which is this young lady, she got hit, come around and scored. So, you know, nothing really new, different from the first game. Just the first base runner is on with the first batter.
Yep. And Lily Dodson able to double her up.
That's a great job by Lily seeing the ball coming up and making the catch and getting it fired back over because that girl was going.
Yep.
And she didn't even think about you're going to be popped up that way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Never, like you said, never thought once about a possible pop up there. And good heads up play there by Lily Dotson.
And you can see Madison waving that hand over there trying to get her attention. Hey, get me the ball, get me the ball.
Yeah. So real quick 2 outs.
You know, it's also fun to watch as we've gone to these different towns and seen some of these different teams. You know, I always like to watch the way the batters, the different grips. Like this young lady, she has a split grip, which is kind of annoying. You don't see it a lot.
Hard hit ball over to Jaden Webb there at second, unable to backhand it.
That's just a hard hit ball.
Yeah, that was a
deep
really
in the
hard hit
hole.
ball.
It's a good job by Jaden getting over, keeping it from going on into the outfield. But Chloe was coming in up. It wasn't going very much further than what it did.
Yeah, tough play there for Webb. She was rolling away. Did actually get a hand on it, got her backhand on it, but unable to corral it.
You know, Coach Edwards really worked a lot with them on the backhand side, you know, getting them the backhand.
That pitch there called a strike, clips the inside corner. So 2 outs away here in the top half of the first inning. Still no score. Pitch swung on and missed for strike 2.
You know, I'm not so sure if I'm not Coach Edwards. I'm just not blowing heat until they catch up. I mean,
yeah,
when she's throwing her fastball, I mean, she's still hitting 57, 58, 59. They haven't caught up to it yet. I wouldn't slow anything down. I just keep rolling. You know, no balls, 2 strikes right here. I'd let it rip. That's exactly what she did.
Yeah.
Come get it.
Batter did a good job catching up to it.
I would anticipate if they start catching up that we'll see probably Jaden, because I know she warmed up at the very beginning before the first game started. But I didn't see anybody warming up in the second game, so I'd be surprised if it was anybody other than Jaden.
The 0-2.
Oh, pretty off speed. And a good job of McLean keeping it in front.
Yeah. The Lady Redskins have a runner at first. 2 outs away here. The 1-2. High fly ball out towards right field. That's Hallie Harris able to pull that one in for the 3rd out of the inning. So no harm, no foul after letting the leadoff runner get on via the walk. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. We'll start the bottom half of the first after these messages. You're watching Leopardettes Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Welcome back, everybody. Kingston, Oklahoma getting ready to start the bottom half of the first inning. No score here. Up first for the Leopardettes will be leadoff hitter number 6. This will be Reese Flood.
And just so everybody does understand, you did hear him right say the bottom half, even though we are in Kingston. This being 2 district games, with the second one, we are the home team.
Yeah, you switch it up. Same pitcher, Neverett, in the circle for the Lady Redskins. Flood digs in. She's ready to go.
You know, Key, same thing. See lots of pitches here.
Little dribbler down the first baseline. Let's see if Flood can beat it out.
Oh.
Man, first baseman able to keep that one in her glove there. nearly able to beat that one out.
Well,
down
I
the
just
first
said
base
see a
line.
lot of pitches, and she hits that first one
Yeah.
low and away.
Now coming to the bat. Third baseman, Lily Dotson.
So that'll bring up 2-hole hitter number 14. This is Lily Dotson. She had the big 3-run shot in that first game of the evening.
In the 5th inning there.
Yep, that was the big inning for the Leopardettes. So Dotson settles in. Pitch on the way.
And you can see they're trying to keep everything down away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Leopardettes will have to make an adjustment for sure. And we seen it there. I believe it was in the 6th inning.
Yeah.
3 straight, opposite field singles. Low and inside there for ball 2. 2-0 the count.
Yeah, the sun's kind of coming in weird. You can see it hitting Lily almost right in the eyeballs right there.
Yeah.
That's, as a batter, that's got to be distracting.
Hard hit ball out towards left center field.
Whew, not quite going to make it. Almost identical spot.
Yeah.
Just not as much.
Yep. Yeah, center fielder able to get to that one and pull that one in for the second out of the inning. Well hit ball.
Oh, very well.
That'll bring up number 20. This is Kaylin Taylor. Neverett with the pitch. Flips the outside corner, called strike 1.
At least with this umpire, when he says strike, you don't have to wait on the hand to come up.
Right. The 0-1. Hard hit ball on the left field line. That's going to be fair. Should be extra bases for Kaylin Taylor. She rounds first.
That's a great job by Kaylin. They bringing it inside on her, hands through the ball.
Yeah.
And, just rips it right down the third base line. And much like what Madison's was on the right field side, Kaylin's hits the inside of the line, like you said, 6 inches.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was close, but we'll take it. So a 2-out double there for Kaylin Taylor.
That brings McLean up.
Bring up McLean Stinnett, number 7, the catcher. Pitch misses just low for ball 1.
I found out there in between, we was talking about how empty the dugout is. We're missing Braley Malacote and Barron Cruz. Both of them are homesick.
Okay.
If they're watching or listening, I hope they're both feeling better. Braley struggles with the heat a little bit. And, and he has missed because in certain situations, Braley would be playing second, depending on who comes into pitch. If, Jaden was to come into pitch, Braley would be the one that would initially go to second. So,
yeah, and you see Barron quite a bit on the base paths as well.
Absolutely. Both of them are speedsters.
Yeah.
So
hard hit ball down the third base line. That'll get down. Should score Taylor from second.
Again, that's two at-bats in a row for McLean. Yep. 2 very hard hit balls. Again, right down the line. Good job.
Jaden Webb.
Nice 2-out rally right here.
So that'll bring up number 19, the second baseman, Jaden Webb here, as McLean will reside over at second after the 2-out RBI double.
So this is where having Barron and Braley would be coming in handy right here, because they would be coming in to pinch run.
Right. Because
you can pinch run for your pitchers and your catchers, and we're not able to do that because we don't have the speedsters on. So it's just better just to let them run for themselves.
Yeah. So after the first pitch, called strike. Quick timeout there for something. Here comes the pitch. A little blooper down the third base line. Just
almost third in a row down that third base side.
Well, like we said just a little bit ago, we've seen 3 straight bloop singles down the first base line earlier as the pitcher was setting up out, low and away. Leopardettes able to get on it and poke one out there.
Now it's almost like he's trying to bring everything inside and jam us all inside. What he doesn't realize is we work on that inside out.
Yeah.
So, good job of Jaden getting the bat on the ball right there.
Yeah. You see the catcher, she set up well outside there, tried to get Jaden to chase, and Jaden able to just get a piece of the bat on that one and foul it back into the catcher. Well, Leopardettes on top here, bottom half of the first inning, 1-0, still threatening with McLean Stinnett over at second. Webb at the dish, showing bunt. She pulls back.
Yeah, you'll see Jaden when she gets those 2 strikes on her. That's kind of her way of getting zoned in, locked in, finding the ball. And you'll see different batters do different things. That's one of the things that I've noticed with Jaden. She does that when she gets 2 strikes on her.
That clip, no, excuse me, called ball inside. So 2-2 the count with 2 outs away here in the bottom of the first.
Absolutely beautiful night tonight. Only
man.
problem is there's not any wind at all.
No.
The flag is sitting straight up and down.
Yeah.
Good job by Jaden fouling that back, battling.
Yeah, got a battle here. Spools that one.
Jaden, not for Jaden in kind of a little bit of a struggle lately, but last bat struck out and she.
Yep. Pitch slaps it over towards second. Should be routine. It is just that, but Leopardettes able to do a little bit of damage with a couple of back-to-back doubles. They lead now 1-0 going to the top half of the second. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, everybody. Getting ready to start the top half of the second inning. Leopardettes able to get one across there in the bottom of the first, lead by a score of 1-0.
You can tell the girls were loose. You got Madison and Lily out there dancing while Reese is warming up back there.
Yeah,
It's nice to see them loose. I just don't want to see them too loose.
Yeah, that's what I was going to kind of touch on there in that first game. You can get, as you just said, too loose, and then you become, just for lack of a better term, you become too loose in all aspects of the ball game, and things can get away from you. So you gotta know when to rein it back in, and I'm sure Coach Edwards. He knows when enough is enough. So
Absolutely.
But I mean, after the showing they had there in that first ball game, 13-2, they had the big fifth inning, and they've come back out here in this second ball game and they're already up 1-0. So right now, Leopardettes are kind of willy-nilly and playing good softball.
Yes.
Flood with the pitch that misses low and in the dirt. One-0. Called strike one. We got number 5, Jada Foster, up to bat for the Lady Redskins. The pitch. Little blooper out towards shallow right, and that'll get down. Nothing really Leopardettes could do there. That was kind of in no man's land right there.
We saw Jaden turning on it.
The never in.
And did a good job of trying to, and tracking it, just couldn't get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just a case of,
And we are playing, in my opinion, I think we're playing a little deeper than what we need to. They haven't given us a reason to play that deep.
so Lily Dotson able to pull that bunt in and get the runner over at first, but it does advance the runner down to second. With one out.
But number 14.
You saw Jaden coming up behind the runner at second,
Mhm.
wanting Madison to throw that ball over there. I think, in my opinion, it's a good taking not throwing that across there and taking a chance.
Right. Yeah. You take a chance there and you overshoot your second baseman or something there, and then that just spells trouble and
Yeah, you give
give up
take
another bag.
the freebies. We
Yeah.
got to, the things that we're trying to eliminate.
That pitch misses just inside. Again, one out away here, top half of the second inning.
Another thing with missing a couple of kids, it kind of changes things up too, where sometimes Lily would come in and catch that second game it's forcing McLean to catch that second game at 2 games in a row and put some pressure on those knees.
That foul ball actually got into Coach Edwards over there.
You know, we've talked about this at other fields.
Yes.
These dugouts are wide open and a hard foul ball. I mean, at least these dugouts are closer to the deal, so it's harder to get it, but toward the backside over there, it's easier to get in.
Yeah. That'll get down in play, and that should score a run from second.
So now, like what we talked about, they've seen Reese, 3 or 4 times through their lineup.
Yep.
Going back to the first game, now you're starting to see some a little bit more not hard hits, but hits nonetheless.
Yeah, that was one. Nothing really Dodson could do there. It was hit so hard over the top over there.
Yeah, it's right over the top of her head.
Then good job out there in left field for Brecken Klein, able to get that and get it back over to her cutoff man there at second. Just give up the single.
This young lady was 0 for 2 or 0 for 3 in the last game. 2 strikeouts, I know. I think if I remember correctly, she grounded out as well.
That pitch right down Broadway, called strike. 1-1 to count. That one gets into the equipment here in front of us.
Luckily, the sliding drawer took the blunt of it and absorbed most of it.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Pitch swung on and missed. Ringer up, set her down, strikeout number 1 of this ball game.
Guys, that's that ballistic plate that I installed. I knew Reese was going to be pitching straight at this workstation, so I reinforced it with that ballistic plate.
It's the pitch. Ooh. Pulls that inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. 2 outs away here. Lady Redskins able to get 1 across to tie this up at 1 apiece. That pitch called strike. 1-1 to count. Lady Redskins with a runner over at first. This is number 2. I believe this is Maddie Burris. Double check.
Yeah, number 2.
Maddie Willis, I apologize. Slapped that one down the first baseline and out of play.
Yeah, she came in midway through the first game in right field when we were dinking them, just those single, and the coach had to make a change.
So Flood goes ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, 2 outs away here. The pitch fouled straight back over the top of us and out of play. Here comes the 1-2.
Oh,
Misses just low for ball 2. Makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Ringer up, set her down. Second strikeout of the second game here. Believe that is 11 on the night for Reese Flood.
something of that nature, yeah.
We'll go to the bottom half of the second, all knotted up at 1 apiece. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. And we are back here in Kingston. That was a pretty quick 3-2-1 there, Brooks. But anyhow, that brings up Chloe Broussard, the senior, to lead things off here. That pitch right down Broadway called strike one.
You know, we've got several people that are tuning into this game. Foul ball back out of play right there. But, you know, it's nice to see family members that get to watch when they're not able to be here.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that we have family in Kansas that has watched on and off, and I know some of these other kids as well. And it's just nice to have an avenue for these kids to be able to watch the ball games.
No doubt. And again, Broussard fouls one down the left field line and out of play. So quickly behind here in the count, 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. Broussard slaps it back up the middle. Nice diving catch
Nice
there
job.
by the second baseman.
Again, another play by that second baseman.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably said this earlier, we've seen some really good second baseman play so far this season.
Yeah, and I don't know if you were down there. So it was the first. It was the opening night when Lindsay and Dibble and Ardmore and everybody played. It was that second game. I want to say it was Marlowe and Bridge Creek. Maybe.
Yes,
There were some defensive plays made in that ball
Yes,
game
sir.
that you thought, man, these girls, you know, they're on point. They're on top of their game defensively, and then of course I believe it was Marlowe just opened that thing up and went on to win big there. But
yeah, Newcastle game there.
yeah, it's always fun when you can, you know, obviously when you're putting the ball in play, it's a lot of fun too. But when you can
Absolutely.
see, you know, a couple of plays like this second baseman's had here, she had the backhand stab to get an out earlier, and then a diving catch there to make another out. So that adds to it. And being a baseball fan, you know, you like to see, or I do anyway. I like to see
absolutely.
the defensive plays.
Well, I do as well. And Madison's going to have to battle up right here. She's got two on her right now, so you know she's going to have to just put something good job out, you know, ball outside. You saw her stepping like she wanted to go for that.
Yep. Yeah, just good job being disciplined right there. No need to chase. Brings the count 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out away here. The pitch. Moves the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Fouled straight back into us here.
Good job by just getting bat on the ball,
Yep.
getting it fouled off.
Got a battle. So McGowan settles back in. Here comes another payoff pitch. Fouled back over the top of us and out of play.
Got to see her 9th pitch of the at bat right here. You know, again, it's what we talked about. Lots and lots of pitches.
Yeah, the more pitches you see, the better. Little blooper right back to the pitcher. That'll be the second out of the inning.
Guys, we've got to give a big shout out to one of the Leopard parents over there, Brandon Klein. He's shagging balls for the Kingston crowd here and doing an outstanding job. They said, talked to one of the coaches, said he's probably one of the best ball shaggers they ever had here in this field. True story.
Gotta leave that alone.
Got to tip your cap there to Brandon Klein. We appreciate that.
And I'm just gonna leave that alone.
At the rate they're fouling these things back off behind us, so we need somebody back there chasing
He's
them.
getting after it. I was trying to snap a picture of him to put it on there, and he got it. He got it too fast, guys.
That pitch misses high and away. So 2-0 the count. This is Klein at the dish here for the Leopardettes.
Kind of struggling getting anything going right now. You know, after that first inning or that first game, it's like, you know, it's almost like they expect them to just lay down.
Right.
You know, I don't expect any of them to lay down.
That pitch there called a strike. Yeah, that's something we didn't have a chance to talk about. You know, you come back after the 13-2, beating, then you gotta flip a switch and get ready to go for another game here.
Absolutely.
You know, as quickly as possible. Brecken Klein fouls that one high and out of play. Thought the first baseman was going to actually try to make a play on that, but thought wiser, didn't want to get into the chain link over there. But yeah, you know, it's one thing to come out and play one game and get beat like that, and you have a day or so to kind of think about it and regroup and everything. You know, you get to have a practice and go through, you know, your practice and everything. Where here, these district games, they're back to back, they're double headers, so you have to flip that switch 10 times quicker. You got to forget about that 13-2 blowout and come back out here and grind it out. Now, second baseman throws that one away.
Go on a second. You better run.
Is going to advance to second on the wild throw there.
And that's why you run them out.
Yeah, for sure. And that kind of uncharacteristic there of that second baseman.
We've seen her make several plays that were difficult plays in a routine play like that. You know, it's kind of like what we saw with Reese earlier, you know, the toss to Madison. Uncharacteristic.
And you could see it there, you know, second baseman, she kind of, you know, bobbled it and she had to recock and then make that throw. So that threw her off just enough. And then throw got away from from her there and behind the first baseman into the Kingston dugout there. And that's why we have Brecken Klein hanging out at second now with Hallie Harris up to bat, 2 outs away here. Harris down 0-1 in the count. That pitch misses outside for ball 1.
And Hallie's batter number 9 of our lineup. You know, you got reset over on deck. So we're turning, regardless, we're going to turn the lineup. Earlier, we turned it over in the first inning.
Yeah.
You know, now it's a little bit slower here.
So
great job
down the third baseline and just really right there, just put a little bit too much on that one. You know, if she pulls what she did there earlier in that first ball game, she's able to beat that one out down the first baseline.
And she dang near beat it out anyway.
Still almost beat it out, but. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Get ready to start the top half of the third, all knotted up at 1 apiece from Kingston. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. And we are back, everybody. Leopardettes and Lady Redskins here from Kingston, all knotted up at 1 apiece. Leopardettes able to get theirs in the bottom half of the first. Lady Redskins responded in the top half of the second. This is kind of eerily similar to how that first ball game started off.
Exactly.
1-1, and then Leopardettes kind of took over from there. The pitch right down Broadway called strike 1.
Also, like to remind everyone to go vote for the male and female student athlete of August. Tonight's the last night to get your vote in. So get a chance, hop on our Facebook page and go get that vote in. And when you get done voting, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
High fly ball out towards right field, and Hallie Harris able to settle under it and pull it in for a long first out of the inning.
And again, they're starting to put the bat on the ball.
Yep.
And I'm really surprised that he didn't have Madison or Jaden warming up in between innings right there. Of course, kind of hard when they both were batting, but you know, you start seeing a team put bat on the ball that way. They're catching up to Reese has dropped off about 3 to 4 miles an hour from where she started out in that first game. And, they're starting to catch up to her.
Yeah, this will be what did we go, 6 that first game? This is now top of the third. So
9th inning.
yeah, she's put in a full 9 innings here. And that one, high and out of field to play there off to the right side. So 0-2 the count here. The 0-2, low and in the dirt for ball 1.
Good pitch. Just trying to see if you can get him to chase something. Good job, McLean, digging it out of the dirt.
This is number 1. This is Olivia Qualpaw. High blooper out towards center field. Chloe Broussard able to settle into that one for the second out of the inning.
Now goes to the plate with third baseman, number 9, Caitlin Doherty.
That'll bring up number 9, Kaylin Doherty. I believe I've called her Daughtry all night. My apologies. So 2 outs away here. Pitch on the way. This is just inside for ball. Again, if you're just jumping on with us, Leopardettes able to win the first game by a score of 13-2 after a big top of the 5th inning there. Lily Dotson with a 3-run shot really helped open things up there. That one fouled back off.
And I just talked about it with them being this close in, and then she does that. There's going to be somebody get hurt, and I worry about it at our home field because of the way our dugouts are set up. They need to put a screen up right there and then put a net across the top, do something to protect these kids a little better. Hard hit ball in the gap in between first and second.
Get over. Brooklyn Mandriguez.
That'll bring up Mandriguez.
That's just a hard hit.
Yeah.
Low and away. Just out of the reach of Madison. Just out of the reach of Jaden. It's kind of one of those you got to really be on your horse to get to.
Well, and you kind of talked about this earlier. As far, hard hit ball out towards center field, gets down in front of Chloe Broussard. Carolyn's off her glove.
Good job of Hallie Harris being right there, getting the ball in.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say with Hallie playing so far back there, that previous at-bat. If she might have been in a little bit closer, as hard as that thing was hit, she might have been able to scoop that thing and have a throw over there to first because that base runner, she was one, didn't have a lot of speed to her.
And we have seen that happen in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see it a whole lot at the high school level. You will occasionally, but for sure, women's, college softball, you see that a ton. When somebody smokes one down the first baseline, that first baseman can't get to it. She just gets to her bag and knows that right fielder is going to be sending it to her.
Absolutely.
So the Lady Redskins got a runner at second here, still knotted up at 1 apiece. Also have a runner over at first.
Yeah, this is the most activity we've seen for Kingston all night.
Good pitch there.
Good job of Reese just coming back and settling in and doing her thing.
So 0-1. 2 outs away here in the top of the third. Fouled back over the top of us and out of play.
And you see the look on the batter's face. She wishes she had that one back.
Yeah. Yeah, and at the plate right now is number 5, Jada Foster, the second baseman for the Lady Redskins. Low and away there, misses. Moves the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Hit right back up at her backhand by Reese Flood. Turns, gets it over to first for the third out of the inning. So the Lady Redskins are going to leave 2 stranded. Nothing doing there. Still knotted up at 1 apiece going to the bottom of the third. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Kingston, Oklahoma, getting ready to start the bottom of the third inning. Leopardettes and Lady Redskins knotted up at 1 apiece here. Reese Flood, the leadoff batter, coming to the plate. Yeah, Lee, we were talking there just before we went on air about the Mets and Yankees and stuff, and you said it, man. I'm a big Yankees fan, and they have, man. They were the first to 70, and they still hadn't made it to 80 yet, and it feels like they hit 70 2 months ago.
Exactly. And I'm not really a fan of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching good baseball.
Oh, yeah.
And the Yankees have been, of course, you got Aaron Judge, who hit 59th home run last night. He's like 8 away from Maris, and I'm still going to say if he passes Mark McGuire's record, then he's the home run king.
You bet.
The steroid era is over.
Yeah. So it's 3 straight balls here to Reese Flood to get this AB started. Yeah, you mentioned the Yankees. They've kind of fallen apart. They traded away Carpenter there at the trade deadline, sent him to St. Louis, I believe. And hard hit ball out towards right field. That thing's got a chance.
It bounces off the bottom of the wall. She'll take 2.
Flood will be over to second, standing up. So a leadoff double by Reese Flood.
And that was a low and away pitch she probably should have took.
Yeah.
But she's got quick enough hands to get to it.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Reese Flood to get things started here in the bottom of the third.
And then up comes the dangerous Lily.
Yep.
I mean, she turned it around in the 5th inning. She's kind of the one that, like you said earlier, busted it wide open and put the pedal to the metal.
First pitch there to Dotson, called strike. Again, if you're just jumping on here, still knotted up at 1 apiece, bottom half of the third inning.
Still no breeze. It's just sticky out here.
Dotson settles in, pitch on the way. Out of play down the right field line.
Her last at bat, she hit one almost in the same exact line that she hit her home run, but the center fielder was able to get up underneath it. She was still a little, off the wall just a bit.
Nope. Well, here comes the 0-2 to Dotson. Catcher sets up well outside. Dotson ain't falling for it.
It's kind of reminiscent of what they did to her earlier. Mm-hmm. They got her down to 0-2. And then set her up way outside. Like I said, the catcher setting up really early, and Lily knows where it's going.
Yeah, and then you miss inside, and she made you pay. In off the hands there. Going to be over to the shortstop. Able to make a play at first, but Flood with her speed is able to advance over to over to third. So move the runner up 1 base.
Jammed her in right there. Yeah. Got her in on her handle. You can just tell by the way the ball come off the bat. It wasn't a pop. It was just like almost like a knuckleball coming off. This will bring Kaylin up. She's been very impatient. I talked to her in between the games there and just told her, look, her and McLean and Madison and Jaden, they just need to be patient.
Yeah. And Taylor did. She ended up, I believe,
hard hit ball out
towards left center field.
And that's going to score.
Center fielder able to track that one down, though. Hard hit ball.
That's a good job. That's doing your job right there.
You bet. We'll take that.
You get an out, but you trade that out for a run.
Yep.
Puts us up on top 2-1.
That'll bring up number 7, McLean Stinnett. Nobody on the base paths here for the Leopardettes. Pitch misses just high for ball 1.
You know, last game, and that's the difference you can see between umpires too.
Oh, yeah.
The last game, that probably would have been a strike.
High fly ball out towards right field. Second baseman settles under it for the 3rd out of the inning. But Kaylin Taylor with the sacrifice line shot, basically. I don't want to call it a sacrifice fly, but that's
what it goes down as.
It would be a sac fly. So Leopardettes able to get one more on the board here. Now lead by a score of 2-1. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. And we are back here, Kingston, Oklahoma, getting ready to start the top half of the 4th inning. Leopardettes on top now by a score of 2-1. After the sac fly there by Kaylin Taylor. Pitch from Flood misses just inside for ball 1.
Next pitch the way. Called strike. And if you would, I'd like to direct your attention to the upper left corner of the screen. That is a picture of our resident ball snagger, foul catcher.
Hard hit ball over to Kaylin Taylor at short, able to scoop it, get the throw over to McGowan at first for the 1st out of the inning.
And that's Brandon Klein, folks. We were bragging on him a little bit. We noticed he was running around over there. We thought he was snagging up balls, foul balls. But as it turns out, they were actually horse apples. Horse apples is what the man had. So.
Whoa! Down goes the camera.
There goes the camera.
Hold on.
And that's the freshman Reese Flood. Little wild pitch there from Reese. Gets into the camera.
I had my other camera protected, but I didn't get that one protected.
Pitch there down the 3rd baseline. Gets between the legs of Lily Dotson.
Very, again, uncharacteristic error right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it hits her glove and just kind of rolls off that pinky finger.
Yep. And that was 1-2 when Lily got to that one, the base was right there in front of her. So it might have, that might have come into effect, threw her off just a little bit, the base being right there in front of her. And not something she's used to every time. Usually it's just all, free dirt right there.
Yep.
It is what it is. That one spooled back out of play.
We talked about the way this field looks, and I don't know what people can see on the cameras and stuff, but they have some different lights set up that's all LEDs, and there is not a spot on this field that's not lit up.
Yeah, it's a good look.
It's impressive how they've got this lighting set up. It's really nice.
Again, fouled back over the top of us and out of play. And Lee, man, you said it early on. You know, they're starting to catch up with Reese here, and they're, you know, putting bat on ball. You know, had a couple of hard hit balls here and there, and that's part of it. After you've seen her, you've gone through your lineup, you know, 6-8 different times now.
Yeah,
and
I mean they're really doing it, but you know, nothing's still not super hard yet.
Right.
But again, even in between innings there, we didn't see him warming up anybody.
Won't even miss.
Nice.
Ringer up, set her down, nearly a striker out, thrower out down at first.
That was close.
Yeah.
That's a good job, Madison, getting the glove on it and putting the tag on, but
yeah, a lot
probably
of times,
not the right girl to try that with.
Yeah, a lot of times that first baseman over there after a strikeout, you know, they might just kind of, you know, drop their guard a little bit and walk back to first. But
you know, that goes back to, you know, Madison's tournament team. You know, Macy Hatfield works with Madison, and so does Macy's husband, Jared. Not Macy Hatfield anymore. It's Macy Arnold.
yeah,
But, you know, Macy and Jared work really hard with Madison, and that's one of the things that they've always worked on is, you know, getting the ball back down to first if it's there.
again, fouled off the right side and out of play. The umpire is out of balls. Where's Brandon Klein when you need him?
Brandon, get over here. Brandon,
He's kind of rocked back over there in that
You
chair, just kind of relaxing.
I think he's taking a nap, guys.
So 0-2 the count here, 2 outs away, top half of the fourth inning. Leopardettes lead 2-1. The pitch, ringer up, set her down. Leopardettes still lead going to the bottom of the fourth inning here by a score 2-1. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
And we are back here live in Kingston. Bottom half of the fourth inning, Leopardettes on top, 2-1. Jaden Webb will stride to the plate here for the Leopardettes to get things started off.
You know, we was talking earlier, this game's moving a lot faster because we've not had the at-bats.
High fly ball down the left field line. See if the left fielder can get to it. Not the case.
She lets that travel to her just a little bit more, and that could have been a complete different story.
Yep. Yeah, and then you see Jaden, you know, short in stature, but she's another one that swings a big bat here for the Leopardettes.
Every one of these kids, you know, from top to bottom, you know, they swing the bat with ill intention.
Again, hard hit ball down the third base line and out of play.
And she started it off earlier, you know, that down the left field line. It started with her, then Chloe, Maddie came in, you know, and advanced the runners and stuff, you know. So as long as we keep, I mean, we can small ball them all day long.
Yeah.
You know, and I wish there was a game like when we get up like that in the first, second game, everybody go up here to bunt, just bunt.
Yeah.
Work on it. You know what I mean? Find things to work on to get better.
And again, there you see Webb behind in the count 0-2. Catcher sets up outside. Webb don't fall for it. Makes the count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And again, you see Coach Edwards down there showing, hey, when you pull back, keep your eye on it. There you go.
Hard hit ball into the gap. That'll get down for a single. So good piece of hitting there by Jaden Webb. Did
Just
like you said.
Just a great job.
Continue to see pitches. Finally find your pitch and drive something.
Yeah. That'll bring our senior up, Chloe Bassard, you know, and Chloe, she's had some good hits. One went to somebody, the other one was right down the third base line, just inside the the line. So, Chloe just needs to go up there and hit the ball.
Yep.
Continue to carry that confidence.
Tried to slap one. Not the case there. So first pitch strike to Chloe. Jaden Webb over at first. Broussard at the plate. Pulls back the bunt there for ball. So 1-1 the count here to Broussard.
You see the corners have pinched in. They're expecting the bunt. What they don't realize is she can let it rip.
Yeah.
And they can eat one real quick, and neither one of these girls are wearing a mask, which, we've talked about that in the past, Andrew and I. The only one right now that's got a mask on the field is the pitcher for Kingston. But
right.
I can see a time coming when anybody in the infield is going to be required to wear a mask.
Yeah. Yeah, especially as hard as some of these girls are hitting the ball these days. I mean,
well, the bats are so hot,
yes.
and they're coming off so hard that the last thing you want, Paige Lowry, that happened up in Missouri where she got her whole face just rearranged.
That pitch called strike, moves it to 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You'll notice when we're pitching or when we're in the field, Madison and Lily both have masks on.
Right.
Madison doesn't have a choice. I don't know what Lily's parents are.
Hard hit ball over towards second. Again, a nice play there by that second baseman, Lee.
Yeah. Again, just error free. She's only had the one play right there earlier on where she had a miscue. But for the most part, she's money.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, and the only reason I think that throw got away from her earlier there was because she kind of double clutched it and then tried to almost aim it over to first when she could have just, tossed it to her and got the out. But I'll bring up Maddie McGowan with Jaden Webb over at second. 1 out away here. Leopardettes on top 2-1. It's the pitch. Misses outside for ball 1.
Again, Madison has the ability right here. It's her count. They've got to bring it to her, 1-1. There is nothing lost right here.
The pitch misses inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Maddie.
She just needs to step in there, relax. She's in there so tight sometimes that.
The pitch spooled out of play. Gown will settle back in. 2-2 the count. 1 out away here. Dribbler down the first base line. That will advance Webb over to third. But McGowan will be the second out of the inning.
Number 2, Brecken Klein.
That'll bring up number 2, Brecken Klein. So Navarrete settles back in. Pitch on the way. Hard hit ball down the third base. Third baseman able to scoop it and get it over to first for the third out of the inning. Leopardettes unable to get anything across there. However, still lead by a score of 2-1. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office of Lindsay High School. I'd like to take the time to say, Go Leopards!